Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain. What can we do? High selling fees, bad buys and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's John and Jenna with Flippin' Ain't Easy. And I'd say I'd be a liar if I told you that the last few days have not been stressful. They've been somewhat stressful, and been dealing with a lot of stuff on the eBay side, and of course, if you guys tuned in, know the YouTube side. Want to talk to you about the eBay side, and just recently changed over this morning actually to the global shipping program, which is now known as eBay International Shipping Program in the United States. And it's a combination of things that made me do it. I've been talking about doing it, but I've been sort of cautious on doing it because I know that in the past we changed when they first introduced global international shipping program, that it killed our sales for like a solid, what was it, 4 or 5 days, and we're like, okay, we're putting an end to this. We switched back, and within hours our sales came back. And others were reporting the same thing, but I've been very leery to change back ever since then, over a year ago. But we've been dealing with some things. Like this morning I woke up, somebody from the UK wanted a part, a $100 part, and I thought, you know what? There are some items I have that are on the small. We're starting to size down a little bit some of the things that we're buying. So there are items that people need overseas that maybe we have that they can't buy because we're not offering free shipping or international shipping, and it's maybe time. But also, we keep getting these buyers in our favorite island, Puerto Rico. Got another one, and this guy was he came unglued from the beginning of the conversation. And not only that, it's like, I don't know if it's maybe the guy was speaking broken Spanish. eBay translates Spanish into English, but he came off as just like broken something. I mean, it's crazy. So, don't want to give the information, but he says the alternator, this is a car alternator, is not functionality. I started claim against you. That's the first thing he said. So I'm like, okay. So the first thing I do is I know I got to see who I'm dealing with, right? So I go in and see, oh, this guy is from Puerto Rico. Let's see how this pans out. So I reply, thank you for reaching out. If you open a return to eBay, we'll be glad to send you a return label so you can send this back to us. I apologize that it didn't work out for you. And then he replied, item is damaged and seller knew it. It is not fair, F-A-R-E. And then he waited 8 minutes and said, this is not okay. Seller sold me a damaged item. He waited a couple more minutes and sent another reply. You two know that is damaged. So he's speaking caveman to me now. And I said, what makes you say that? We sell many parts on eBay to buyers without any issue. We'll be happy to take the part back, but you have to open a return through eBay. So it kind of goes back and forth, right? He says, to another time. This is what he said. Anybody can make sense of this. To another time, no offer damaged item, be serious. That means nothing to me. And then 2 minutes pass and he sends me, you know you sold something damaged, and do you know how much I paid for installation? Oh, here we go again. Don't be a pillow seller. What is a pillow?
The hell is a pillow seller?
I mean, is a pillow seller a bad thing? I don't know. I've never heard anyone being called a pillow seller. Pillo, by the way, in all caps. So I ask him, what's wrong with the unit? That does not work, and I pay $175 for installation. And then a couple minutes pass, or a minute passes. That's why it's not reliable to buy on eBay. I replied, I offered you a remedy by having you send the part back to us. If this is not acceptable, please tell me what you're asking me to do. Because he hadn't opened a return yet. What are you fishing for? And he, of course, comes back, send my money. Send me my money. Says it twice. I said, are you asking me to send a refund to you without receiving the part back? Please explain what you're asking for. No, with a bunch of O's. I send you the part. I am not a thief like your. Okay, so we go back in and say, this is where I decided to do what I did with the last person that I dealt with like this. I said, I'm going to call his bluff right here, and I'm going to tell him that I got eBay involved. Because if he is trying to scam me and fish for a partial, this will stop him in his tracks. I just got off the phone with eBay. They told me that I'm telling the right thing. You must first send the part back to me so I can refund the part. They also told me that you're not allowed to ask for a refund without sending the part back first. And they will be keeping an eye on this interaction. With that said, there's nothing more I can say. The part doesn't work. It is not intentional, because I don't want to think I'm scamming him. I have reported this conversation to eBay, and they will be monitoring this transaction going forward. Anyone want to guess what he said to me on his last and final reply? The same thing the last guy said. Okay. And I never heard from him again. Now, the difference is, just about an hour ago, he did open a return case. Oddly enough, now I opened a report against this buyer because he has left negatives against sellers like the last guy. And it wouldn't allow me to buy a label through eBay's labels. I had to go to Pirate Ship and upload the label to him. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. So very, very strange. We'll see how this... and I sent him a message. I said, we've uploaded the label, and now at this point, you need to send it back in the same box because the label's based on that box, and it needs to be the same alternator in the same condition as you received it. Now, if you received it and you say it doesn't work, well, I'll just get back the same alternator that doesn't work, but it's not going to be your old broken one, because I have a feeling that could be what's next. So we'll find out, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. But those two things are the reason why we're changing over to eBay's international shipping. And look, it'll eliminate these kind of situations. And I need to set up my business policies so that they're already saying international, but I want to make sure that Puerto Rico is now going to be default for that. Mm-hmm. And look, there may be a little bit more cost for these folks, but the parts that I'm selling are at such a discounted rate. For instance, I'm selling these alternators for like, this guy got it for $65 plus shipping. The shipping label was maybe $15 to $20. So he's getting it cheaper than going to the local AutoZone or whatever that they have to deal with. Or, and now someone in UK, they wouldn't be driving this car. They'd be driving a different kind of vehicle. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. Dealing with customers that are problematic like this, it takes your time away, it takes your energy away, takes your focus on other things away. And I'd rather eBay deal with this than us. So we've got better things to deal with. Will it bring my sales down because we're getting a lot of sales from Puerto Rico? If it does, then maybe we'll tweak it and do something different. But as of right now, I think that's a remedy, and we'll just see how things go. On the YouTube side of things, I think many of you guys already know, had a misunderstanding with Mr. Kevin. I'm not going to rehash it here. If you guys want to see it, then there's many videos on it. I can just only say this. It was not done for views. It was not done for... It wasn't a organized thing between him and I to get more attention to our channels. I mean, that man doesn't need it. He's got a huge channel. He doesn't need... He does well with just a basic video. Better than I could ever do with mine. It was just a misunderstanding. And I think that that's all it boils down to. And somehow, some way, the video I made yesterday, I don't even know how we got there. It took me to a bad place that I didn't think. I've always avoided talking about things in my life that have really bothered me to the core. Done a really good job of avoiding it. And or using the edit button to edit my videos. This one was just a raw video that I put out yesterday, and I shared things that, like the title says, there's probably more than 3 things that I regret saying in this video. I mean, you guys don't tune in for that. So I first of all, I apologize. It's a reselling channel, and it's not, therapy with John. Give me your best therapy advice. I'm a human. I'm not a robot. I'm not perfect. I have, things going on. Someone even put in the video. I mean, let me just say, you guys are great. The comments you guys put in that video were very supportive. I honestly, an hour after it was posted, we're driving to meet some friends at my bowling league last night, and I told Jenna, I think I'm going to take the video down. And she's like, why? I said, I just don't think it's appropriate. And I never did, but I read some of the comments, and it's like, wow, I was really surprised. I thought I was going to get just hammered. I thought I was going to get nailed. And there was the worst comment that I saw was, don't take this the wrong way. You're not a great eBay seller. You might be a good one, but you're not great, and all this nonsense. I'm not saying I'm great, but it's like I mean, you could have, maybe not said it. But look, the whole point of this channel is Flip It Ain't Easy, because I'm not a great eBay seller. I'm learning every day. There's things that I would do with my business that some people wouldn't ever consider doing with their business. There's some people that think that, just like that person thought, that I'm really not much of anything. I do the best with what I have, and if that makes me just a good seller, then hey, that's fine. I've got a lot of growth to do, and if I had it all figured out, then that's where you degress, you lose momentum. Once you feel like you have it figured out and you stop learning, that's where your business stops growing. So I didn't take offense to that, but it's like, just really didn't need to be said. So for the most part, it was very, very supportive, and I want to thank you guys. And again, apologies to Kevin. I know he had texted me afterwards, like last night. I'm at the bowling alley. I'm getting a series of texts from Kevin. Apparently, he did change his title. I don't know. I didn't go back to look because I really felt bad. I'm like, dude, if I made you feel like I was going after you, it's not what I was doing at all. And so hopefully that's the end of it. And again, I don't want to rehash it, but I want to thank everyone who's been supportive to the channel, and those who felt compelled to reply. It really did mean a lot to me. It really did. And yeah, I've just been kind of off kilter ever since making that video. So I just want to thank you guys for that. Any thoughts that you have? But I want you guys to do me a favor. Stick around, because we do have some giveaways from some sponsors that I'd like to do today. I think when we're dealing with sponsorships, it is very important for us to be able to give back to the community. Yeah, I have my gum in my mouth. I didn't think that you guys would notice. She noticed, so therefore. I take this Neuro gum. I love it. It's like this. It gets me. It's not really
It doesn't do anything for me.
Doesn't do anything for you, but it's. And this is not a sponsor, by the way. But I really like this gum. It's energy and focus, and it kind of gets me, kind of in the mood when I'm not really in the mood to like. I'm kind of dragging. Sometimes we all have that word, dragging. So, two sponsors that want to participate in giving back to the community. So I'm all for that. And we do have an announcement for one of the sponsors, and we'll be doing that here in a minute. But make sure you're with us through the end of the program, and we have some free supplies that we're going to be giving away from GyroPack, and we are going to be giving some merch from TreeCat. They want to start. They have an announcement that I'm going to make for them, but also I think they just want to, pass on their brand merchandise. So if you're definitely into either of those things, stick around and be a part of it. So this is one of the episodes we like doing. We like doing the giveaways. And I the only thing I can say is I'm probably going to have to use AI to help do like a random number generator like we did before. That seems to work out the best. But let's see who we have here with us. Of course, we have Keith is with us. He is first. Nice to see you. And Keith also wants to commend you for the shipping video. Great job.
Thank you.
And we forgot about that content. So how was it? Did it turn out the way you thought it would?
I mean, with the edits, yes. There was a lot of silence, no talking in the beginning, and John worked his magic with the editing and pulled it all together.
Yeah, we just wanted to show you guys in that video the different kind of packages that we do, from the small to the large. I don't think you really did anything in a poly mailer, like a standard like small item where you just put in the poly mailer, and everyone knows how to do that,
Yeah.
right? So I didn't really see a need to make sure you guys saw that. I mean, if it fits in a poly mailer, wrap it up with some bubble wrap. If you don't have a bubble mailer, enclose it, put a label on it, boom, you're done. That's easy.
And I also figured, because that day, I don't remember if I don't think I had a Frankenbox, or did I? And we didn't keep it in. I don't remember. But my thought is that when I come upon a box that is so tattered that it needs to be resuscitated with my shipping hands and tools that I have to reinforce it. So I will probably take like a video and make it a short or something, so that it's not like a big drawn out thing, but it will at least include you guys to know and see how I remedy the situation.
Yeah, so I thought you did good. You did a good job. Of course, I didn't know that until I had to go in and edit the thing. And it's like an hour and a half. I mean, we're talking an hour and a half. Okay, let's start this editing project at 10 o'clock at night, because I promised that we'd get the video out the next day, right? And I'm not just going to release it raw, and then it would have been a bad watch.
Yeah.
So did that, went to bed at like 1:30 in the morning. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't expect long shipping videos like that. I mean, it's just, that's maybe more something for the members only, where the masses don't want to see. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not going to be
Some
something.
people really enjoy watching them, or just letting them play while they're working.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Just like some people like watching people who are at yard sales and doing all those things. I personally don't like watching those. It doesn't fulfill me in any way. But some people, it does, and it really helps them and gives them tools to either, if it's a shipping video, find new ways to ship, or it, in a yard sale, it finds you, picking up things you wouldn't ordinarily pick up. So I get why you watch them. I just don't have any interest in them. So
says, oops, I shipped myself, or just shipped myself. It says it's Friday, aka National Wake Up Your Dead Sales Day. Friday's family night mode on, so I'll ghost the lives till Sunday's back-to-back binge. Catch you Monday and in the Discord if you can't wait. Yes.
Good job. Yeah. Prioritizing your family is what we want you to do. Of course, we love hanging out with you guys 2 times a week, and it really fulfills us. But creating time for your family is even more important to us.
And here's the Discord link in the chat. And for those of you guys who aren't able to get into the chat, maybe you're watching after the fact, the link is also down below in the description of this video. Bearded Picker says, good afternoon, Barbie hater.
Oh my God.
I guess you could say I hate Barbies.
I don't like Barbies either.
I guess you could say I am a Barbie hater. You know why? Because about 3 years ago, we had a chance to buy a bunch of vintage Barbies. We're talking tubs of them. And to clear out this lady's garage was going to cost me only $300. And she gave me that look when I told her, this lady, she's trying to clear out, she's a hoarder, and their family's trying to get her to sell all this stuff she's collected. And all it's going to do is take $300, and it'll be our problem.
Thank God we didn't.
We had no storage unit at the time. I mean, I suppose we could have got one, right? But it's like we weren't, like, that wasn't our wheelhouse. No. I did look up some of the Barbies she had, and the comps are like 25, 30, 40 bucks. But I wasn't seeing all of them. So it was just one of those things where we just passed on that transaction. So I guess you can call me a Barbie hater, right?
Poor Teresa's like, she said, Grams and Pops Vintage Grams. She says, hating Barbies hurts my soul. You know, they were good while we got
We've
to,
had-
I got to play with them when I was a child, but
We've sold Barbies. We've actually
have.
received Barbies in liquidation
Yeah.
and like case packs of Barbies, to the point where we were like giving them to our grandkids,
Yes.
and we were selling them on eBay, and we had the accessory packs, and we were making like different like lots out of the accessory packs. We even sent some to Amazon. Those did fairly well.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're
so
against
it's
selling
not
it.
we're not against it by any means, you know, if it's going to bring in money, but we are doing such a good job at our sourcing already that we don't need to do Barbies. Not, I don't even know if that's the right way to put it, but though they are not something.
Just don't say this. Just don't say it's not my business model. Just don't say it.
It's not my business model.
Don't say that.
Why?
Because there's people that get offended by someone said that they were not happy with the fact that I use that terminology. It's not. It's looking down on others' business models.
No, it's not. It's just stating that our business model is different from yours, and why is that a big deal?
It's not. I mean, look, if it all boils down, and I guess this is what I've been trying to say all week. It boils down to opportunity,
Yeah.
and you seize that opportunity. My opportunities are going to be different than your opportunities.
Yeah.
Are going to be different than Beard's opportunities. It's going to be different from anyone else's opportunities, and that doesn't lessen your opportunities.
Yeah.
And maybe you have very few opportunities out there to pick up merchandise. More power. If you're making it work, and you have fewer opportunities than I have, then hey, my hat's off to you. I'm not taking it off, by the way. But my hat is off to you. When I take it off, I'll remember you. My hat is off to you when I think about those sellers who make the most out of you live in a rural area, right? I said that just fine. And you make reselling work. That is outstanding.
Right. You using the resources you have in your community, and you're making it work, and you're making money off of that, and that is a business model. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And you know what? Who am I? And I think I said this in tomorrow's Profit Playbook podcast. We had a full house, so make sure you tune in. That was a very good discussion. Yes, it's going to be a regurgitation of kind of the whole Kevin thing, but they wanted to talk about it. They had their thoughts and opinions and whatever. So tune into that. But
You look disgusted when you talk about their thoughts and opinions.
I'm not comfortable with what went down and how it went down. And
and it has nothing. The fact that it was a situation that got made way bigger than it really needed to be.
Yeah, and you know, it's just, I guess Kevin and I, we agree on something here, that we do place a lot of care into what our audience thinks. We place a lot of care on what the viewer thinks. And I think sometimes we get judged on the little information that you know about us because you're not with us on our daily lives. And some people who watch even fewer content, maybe seen a video or two and drawn a conclusion based on limited data, they tend to judge quickly where they wouldn't want that same judgment themselves,
Right.
if that's, all we were able to do is draw off of a little bit of information. And I think sometimes some of the data comes off just an unfair way, So
Yeah.
look, I'm human, make mistakes. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And I think it would be wrong to try to continue to represent that, even if you are, trying to represent that you are free of making mistakes. I think that's just horrible. I mean, there's channels out there that over the years have represented themselves as being perfect, and this is the way and the only way. And I've made it a point, at least I've tried to make you guys understand that my MO is not to make you fall into line. Why in the hell would I want thousands of people to do exactly what I do? That would put me the hell out of business. I give out this information understanding, knowing that everyone has a different situation, so I don't have to worry that I'm sharing the information with you guys that works for me, and it may or may not work for you, but if you decide to put it into play, it isn't going to put me out of business because you're selling something different. Your situations are different. And that's all I was trying to say in my video. Mike Mecco Meetup says, hi, John and Jenna and FAE family. I hope everyone has a nice weekend. The weather here in New York has been just gorgeous. Looking forward to one more weekend of garage sales before the Tennessee meetup.
Yeah, speaking of weather, we actually got moisture that came from the sky.
It was awesome.
And it fell down on top of us, and we were so elated.
You want to see the bad news?
Yeah, I don't want to hear
It says, on my computer says, temperatures to
I
rise
don't
tomorrow.
want to hear it. La, la, la.
That's horrible. But, let's see. Who else do we have with us here? Thomas S. Hello, everyone. Hero and Hand-Me-Downs, we call him Biff, says, good afternoon, all. Nice to see you.
He even changes.
He changed it. He's never going to get... You know, the way you would have fooled us, Biff, is if you would have changed your avatar and your channel name, I would have had no idea.
Yeah.
Jane's with us. Nice to see you, Jane's Jungle Safari says, hi, everyone. I'll be back in 30, which means you'll be back when I am reading this comment.
Yeah.
Yes. Not quite, but almost. Copper Cat says, hello, John, Jen, and FA family. Nice to see you, Copper Cat. Someone wants their channel. Jane wants, hey, Pitch, can I get a link to your channel? Who's Pitch?
No, I think she meant Pitco.
Oh, it's like Pitch Eye? Okay, she's typing on her tablet.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the link to Pitco Keith's content. He's been putting out some new videos, so go and check him out and give him support. The man's he shows up here whenever we do these lives, and he certainly shares the love and does his thing. So thank you so much for doing that. Latest video was up Wednesday, so make sure you go and check that out. Thomas S says, I have so many videos to catch up on. Has been a busy week and bust weekend. Hopefully you mean best weekend, but you said bust. Gotta love those damn distractions, or darn distractions. Yep, we have some distractions in town. They came and visited us at the bowling alley. My buddy from California, I used to bowl with him for many years, and he was my manager at Amtrak. Even before that, he was my supervisor when I was not in supervisor, and we've been friends for 25 plus years and stuff.
And he was my manager.
Yeah.
When we left Amtrak.
So he came out to watch us bowl, and then it's funny because his father-in-law, they came and they're raffling a bowling ball to the whole bowling alley, and his father-in-law just went up and bought a $5 thing of tickets, and he ended up winning the damn ball. He's like 70-something years old, and he's got a 15-pound bowling ball. So we on the way out, we went and put $20 on roulette, and we one spin, we each put 20, we split whatever we hit. And I had money on between 17 and 20, and I won 221, so we split $100. Basically, turned 20 into 100, and we were like, call it a day. So that was kind of what we did yesterday. But they're going to be in town until this weekend, and they're here to bowl their own league for their sweepers on Saturday. So I'm going to go down there on Saturday morning and show some support, which means that it's 3 less hours that I can actually work. But it's just what it is. It's the time of year. Gail says, happy Friday, FAE family. Nice to see you. And have to give Jenna kudos to the great shipping video.
Aw, thanks, Gail.
Awesome, thank you. Michael Mullet says, what's up, guys? Nice to see you, Michael. He says, yeah, that was a good shipping video. I learned some good polymailer techniques from it.
Well, thank you, Michael.
Now,
That
one
makes
question
me
that
so
kept
happy.
coming up in that video, and I did read the comments. I don't know if you read the comments. Was
I only read the first maybe 10.
There's a number of people that were kind of like, you're wasting supplies. Why would you take a box and why would you wrap it in bubble wrap and throw it in a polymailer and then wrap up that polymailer to form fit with tape? Why would you do that?
For protection of the item inside. Because if you know anything about FedEx or USPS, the track record that they have is not to be gentle with your packages. They literally throw your packages, and that's come straight from FedEx and a USPS postal worker. They do not give any kind of care when transporting your items. So not only do I bubble inside and make sure it doesn't move around, but I also want the protection on the outside to cover what's going on the inside, because far too often packages get thrown and just destroyed. And not to mention the fact that the boxes that we get from liquidation are usually not in very good shape at all. They've got holes and puncture holes in them. They've got tape, either half on and half off, or they've got duct tape even.
There's a word for this condition of a box that I will not share with you on this live stream. It's a term we refer to these boxes as, and I'm not going to say it. So yeah, the box was effed. Okay,
Effed.
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And there's many times that I will bring her a box on an item that's sold, and she's like, "What the f?" Because it's going to take a miracle to get it ship worthy.
I mean, there are very, very much times where I will just stand there and look at the box to try to figure out what's the best way to help the box make it to wherever it's going, because sometimes it's Hawaii. A lot of times lately it's been Puerto Rico. It goes across the country. I want to make sure that the item inside is, that I've done my due diligence to make sure that I've protected it the best way I can, because because every time I don't do that and I just either tape up a box and just let it go, 9 times out of 10 that box is going to be damaged. Mm-hmm. So I don't chance it anymore. We've had too many experiences where the item got broken, or I have packed the living daylights out of it and it still got broken. So if I can just put a little more care and padding into that item, then that's what I'm going to do. I don't care about wasting, what's the word? Wasting,
resources or packaging or
tape,
supplies.
I don't care about that. I use as much tape as I want. I will use another box if I have to. I will use a poly mailer to cover up the damage on the box. I mean, today I ran out of the big poly bags and I only had small bags to go, and I had to literally piece by piece, I had to use 3 poly bags to cover this larger item because I didn't have a big enough bag. So I don't care about that. It's all a write-off, no matter if I used $5 worth of supplies on that item or if I used 10. I'm going to use whatever I need to use in order to make sure that that item gets to its destination unharmed.
Right, and the idea, you have options when you're shipping, right? So you can actually say, well, I can use a box, I can rebox it. Chances are you're going to have the wrong size box. You're not going to have the perfect size box, so your packaging is going to be bigger than what the buyer paid for. You're going to have to now pay for a more expensive label than what you had planned. Also, boxes are usually about $1 or more, depending on where you get it. Sometimes a little bit less if you're buying in bulk. But you have to consider the cost of these things. A poly mailer is only going to cost you about 7 to 10 cents if you buy right. And this is probably a good opportunity. Check out gyropack.com. There's a link down below. I believe there is. If not, just go to gyropack.com and take advantage of the really good deals that they have there.
We really need to place an order. So when we're done, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. So go make sure you check them out, because right there, they're get that out of the way. They are a sponsor of this channel, and indirectly you help the channel a little bit. We get a little bit of a kickback when you buy from them. And
these poly mailers and these poly bags are very good quality. If you were to take one of their poly bags and forcefully try to put your thumb through it, it's not gonna do it. You have to put some force and maybe a knife. It's not they're not.
That's because you're not strong like bull. I'm just saying, I could do it. But it's not.
Because you have no type of... I can't think of the word. You're not graceful when it comes to packaging.
Nobody's trying to put their thumb through a poly mailer. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, my overall statement is these are really good ones. Like, I never want to run out and then have to resort to buying them on Amazon, because Amazons are never as good. That's all I'm saying.
So Gail wants to know, everyone have a good week? Yes, I mean, look,
Well,
we made it through the
part.
we all
We're
made it.
still breathing.
We made it through the week, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what? For me, it's just how do I make next week better? Sales were okay, so I guess we can kind of transition this into that conversation. And with the help of eBay, I want to thank you, eBay, for your glitchy platform for keeping Keith sane today. So as you guys see, it says, uh-oh, we ran into a problem and can't show the following info. Tasks. Like John needs to make a video for his store. So therefore, Keith doesn't know if I did or not, because eBay is helping me here. So today we're at 332, which isn't great, but it's still plenty of time. 552 yesterday, 696 on Wednesday, 623 on Tuesday, and 520. So great. I mean, for me, it's great. I mean, I'm happy with that. As far as, and this is the segment we do every time we at least have a chance to talk about this, what we're doing for year to date. So we're at $108,323 in sales, still up 4.9%. To me, that's outstanding. But the real test will be, are we going to be up in November? Will we have a positive figure in November? That, to me, will tell the tale. Don't pay attention to net sales just yet, because not all of our items have the dollar amount in there. We do plan on putting the dollar amount into our listings, regardless of how everyone feels. Quantity sold, we're only 1.7% down from the number of items we've sold, and we're doing it at a 6.7% increase in average sale price. So it's $76.23. So we're holding our own, and I think anytime you can do better than the previous year, your business is on the right track. And it doesn't have to look like our numbers. These numbers aren't, and I'm not here to show you anything but what is possible on eBay. And look, these numbers are nothing compared to some of the other numbers that I've not only seen myself, but I strive at some point to build our business up too. So this is not a brag. The brag is looking at some of the stores like Juice's store and stuff like that to see like, wow, these guys are doing it. So if you are selling at a lower rate, just know that these numbers are possible. You can do it. You can do it. I can tell you, you can do it. I know you can do it. So let's see. Michael says the leaves are getting crunchy in Ohio.
Ooh, nice. This is coming into my favorite time of year. I was actually able to wear a sweatshirt yesterday, and I was so happy.
Duncan says he's offering his own FEA membership, guys. It's a special price for today only, but you have to contact Duncan in Australia. 41, not even Australian dollars, US dollars per hour. Hit the like for free returns and crickets and cicadas so he can buy some KFC. So yeah, go over to his channel to do that. And Jody Wilbur says, hi John, Jen, and FAA family. Hope you're all having a great Friday. I'm listening and listening today. Love
Yes.
that. Love that.
Yes. And hello, Todd.
Did I miss him? Oh,
I don't know if you
I
said
may
his name,
have.
but
I may have. I'm just trying to not. There's a lot of sidebar action.
You can't leave him out. I'm being left in the will.
No,
You can't leave him out. Todd is very important.
Of course he is. His hands are very important to us. Henri Squaw says, howdy, John, Jenna, and FAE chat. Nice to see you. I think you said hello already. Flippin' Good says, happy Friday.
Hello, hello.
Nice to see you. Mike says, Jenna loved the shipping video. Will there be others?
Maybe a here and there, but not like an everyday thing. Because I can't... The problem with me is I cannot focus, like... I can't focus and just do my job if I have distraction, like with the camera right there. I don't know. It just does something to you mentally.
Kansas Reseller says hi. Nice to see you, Kansas
Hello.
Reseller. Grams and Pops.
That's Grams.
Love EIS. And I don't know. I changed over. Got one offer since. I know that I'm thinking about my experience last year, and I am. If I see a downturn in sales, I'm turning that the hell off, and I'll never look back again.
Is it on my account too?
It's been on your account.
Okay.
It's been on your account. New York, or KC, New York says, hello, John and Jenna and everyone else.
Hello.
Nice to see you. And Big Dre says, hello, John, Jenna, and chat. Picking and packing a couple sales on my main store and a couple on my niche store for a total of $180. There you go. Oh, Brett. Nice to see you, Brett. Mad Hatter's Boutique says, hey, John and Jenna, catching a live while I pack. Moving to Louisiana to live near fam and raise our son? What? Today is his first year.
Today's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
My goodness.
Crazy how fast kids grow. Any day he'll be
I cannot
walking. Well, we definitely got to get together before you head out to Louisiana.
When are you going?
Yeah, we've got to make a point to do that.
Yeah.
Dave says, lost in translation. Yes.
Baby.
Loving every minute of it says, what is happening, my friends? Packing orders while listening. Hope your sales have been good this week.
Yes.
So far, so good. Yeah, hopefully yours has been as well.
I gotta go.
Okay, so she's got to go and...
I can't move.
Uh-oh. She's got to take the old person... Uh-oh. The old person remedy called... what is it? Like an Excedrin, like pain relief or whatever. I don't know. Could be arthritis. Who knows what's going on, but she'll be right back. Michael Mullet says, I've heard a lot of horror stories about shipping to Puerto Rico. I have them blocked on all my shipping options. I'm torn. I'm torn on that. And I don't necessarily want to block because, I mean, if we're looking at it, we get Puerto Rico somewhat often. There's some things I guess they have a harder time getting there than in the States. And when I'm sitting there offering, I buy these parts for like $5 to $10. I can still sell them for, $60, $70, $80, $90 plus shipping. And that's a deal compared to what they can get it for. Biff says he forgot to mention that he wasted 2 tanks of gas on an island that's 50 miles wide. Yeah. Well, maybe he was lost. The first guy was lost, and he couldn't find his mechanic, and he couldn't find his way home. And maybe, he turned a 50-mile drive into, a 300-mile drive. So, we're not in his shoes. We can't judge him. Dave says, John, why are you selling damaged car parts? Inquiring minds want to know. These, look, I don't know if they are damaged. I mean, at this point, my only thought was the way he came at me was this is a shakedown, and I'm wondering if he will return my part. So we'll find out. You guys are I'll keep you guys posted either way. Renee says, hello. Nice to see Renee. Renee F. Keith says, I would have closed Puerto Rico. You don't need that hassle. You're right. You're probably right. I probably don't need that hassle. But we'll see what EIS does. That allows us to ship it to eBay. And now eBay's got to deal with this. And I really believe that if eBay has to deal with these shakedown artists rather than the seller, I think maybe they'll have a quicker trigger finger when it comes to pulling the trigger on getting rid of these accounts where they're just threatening sellers. Dave says, Todd, that's what tonight is for. Pressure relief. Yes, so make sure after we're done here at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern, you head over to the Bearded Picker or Bearded Pickers channel. And it's the same kind of deal every Friday night. It's just a free-for-all. And heck, maybe I'll even come by and say hi. You okay? I can't move. Jenna cannot move. She is not moved by my discussion today. You're going to be okay?
Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine, but this chair is causing me to have really bad pain.
Foremost, I don't think James is boring. I think that is the perception that people do get I mean, on the outside looking in, I would have probably thought, hey, these guys are just, because it wasn't that big of a deal if you think about what was actually disputed. I don't think it was that big of a deal at all. Somehow, some way, I don't even know how I don't even see. This is what puzzles me. I went from the video I made yesterday. I went from just saying, "Hey guys, this is my kind of my rebuttal, and this is kind of all I'm going to say about it." And I was kind of getting into the comments in Kevin's video, and somehow that took me to a bad place. And I guess I can answer my question if I go back and watch the video, but I don't want to go back and watch that. I don't want to put my mind through that again.
He wouldn't even let me finish watching his video.
First of all, I don't like watching my own videos. I mean, the fact that you guys watch my videos, just outstanding. I mean, but I just don't. I guess it's like we don't like to hear our own voice, kind of thing. But
I think it was more than that.
But no, yesterday was just more than that.
Yeah.
It just I don't want to. I just don't want to do that. Renee says, yeah, sometimes you just gotta laugh at the circus. Yeah. Jane's Jungle Safari says, it's okay, John. All it does is shows me you have a heart and you care. I do care, but, let me say this. I just kind of always felt like I shouldn't have to dig down deep in my emotions and put it out there for the world. I've never wanted. I mean, it doesn't come across as being professional at all. But I really thought I was going to get slammed in those comments. I mean, you put yourself out there, you put yourself vulnerable, and it's like the last thing I wanted anyone to think was that I'm trying to get sympathy or, whatever, because I would have done that a long time ago. Trust me, if I knew that was a thing. I'd never want to show that side of me again. It may come up, but I just am very protected like that. Keith says, yes, John, you really didn't need to explain yourself, let alone go that deeply in that video. And I knew that as soon as I did it. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm kind of moving away from that topic, what do I do? Do I just cut it out? And then, it's going to be tough to explain how I went from this guy to this guy talking about the same thing without disclosing what got me there. So I just left it there. Samantha says, hi, John, Jen, and chat. John, you rock. Well, thank you, Samantha. I appreciate you. We have Jerry Johnson. Nice to see you, Jerry. So we got Spam. I'm sure Primo's there hanging out. Thanks for being here, guys. And Angel was here and had a lot to say, but just wouldn't share it with us. So nice to see you. Thomas S. says, flipping ain't the same for everyone. To each their own. One of the reasons it isn't easy. A little drama made it all interesting. False support here. Don't worry about it. Full support. Or false support. Or fail support. Don't worry about it. I appreciate it. Yeah. Biff says, CWP taught public school. I'm sure he has thick skin anyway. Well, I got to tell you, I don't know what it was like back in the day. But nowadays, I don't know how teachers do it with some of the things that go on, the disrespect that go on with the kids these days. Let's jump over to something else and we'll get to some more of your comments. Came across this through valueaddedresource.net. Now, we like to try to share glitches when they happen. So this was updated yesterday. eBay sellers are once again reporting problems with item view counts shown in Seller Hub, flooding the eBay community forum with reports. So says this is yesterday's report. So as of today or yesterday, views on this person's listings have changed or completely disappeared. On some listings, I have watchers but no views. The listings are new. Just in the last couple of days, I had views within a few hours, but now the views are zero. I was wondering if anyone else is having this problem. Now remember, it's a rolling 30. So if you first put up the item on the 31st day, those views from that day one are going to be gone. Here's another person, September 18th. My views are frozen at zero. The views that are visible yesterday and the day before now all show zero. This appears to be a problem because the items show watchers, and you can click the zero in the column to see the listing traffic history. The graph shows there have been views, organic and promoted. Something appears to be not working here. So if you're seeing that, you can report it, of course. There's a way to report technical issues through the app. One way is if you're on the phone, just shake your phone. It'll say, instead of calling 911, it'll think that you're having a problem with the app, and you can report whatever the issue is. And I remember a couple years back where they totally like changed. I mean, they did something with the reporting and all the views and impressions changed to where you had like way more page views than impressions than you did before. I don't know. I look at that data, the traffic data. It does tell a story. Am I going to base my entire business on what that traffic report's telling me, or how many views I have, how many watchers I have? No, I'm not. I'm more interested in historical data for that product for other sellers through TerraPeak, which is now product research, or the 90-day solds, than I really am on, oh, did they look at my item today? I'm not caught up into all that. So. Let's see. From the trailer says, "You're a good man, John." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I've been trying to tell you guys for years. No, I'm just joking. I'm not gonna go there. I can understand, look, the perception that some people have that may be the opposite. I've allowed myself to get caught up in things, and like this week, it's like, why did I allow myself to get caught up in that? Just, I've learned lessons. Let me put it that way. Samantha says, "John, you said you're off kilter. You wear a kilter?" I wasn't going to tell you guys that. I'm not going to show you.
That's
but
for
yes.
OF.
Neurogum gets John in the mood.
Yes.
It gets me just a little bit more
Clear.
Yeah. So I'm not dragged, because there's times I'm not focused and I'm on these lives and you guys can tell. Derek W. Pat, thank you for being here. Hello, all you awesome, beautiful people.
Hello, Derek.
Your hair is giving quiet luxury.
Well, thank you. What a compliment.
I want to give quiet luxury. How do I do that? I guess maybe if I shut my mouth, I'll give some people some quiet luxury. Michael Mullet says, "Let me get some gum, dude."
Yes.
Come on over and get a piece.
Yeah, we have plenty.
I don't even eat a full piece, by the way. You can see I eat half a piece. Isn't that weird?
He's so weird.
Because I look, this stuff's expensive as it is, and I don't need a full piece. Half a piece is enough for me. That just gives you like a little secret as to how I do it. Samantha says, "John, I want to know what car part I can sell for $50. Oh, there's lots of car parts that you can sell for $50. But maybe you want more than that. I sell just different. It's all about opportunity. I come across opportunities, and I can make it worth my while. If I can create a situation where the juice is worth the squeeze, then I'm going to jump on it." Let's see. Mike Sellers says, "Ranger and Mike, say hi." Nice to see you, Ranger and Mike.
Ranger and Mike.
Awesome.
Hello. I've been wondering how you've been doing.
And we've got, I think, Drunk Susie.
Drunk Susie. Well, hello.
And Drunk Susie, we've got a show for you. And the next little over an hour is going to be a drunk Beard and a high Dave. And you guys are going to have a good time. So make sure you hang out over there with us. Thomas S. says, "I didn't watch the entire shipping video yet. What kind of box resizing tool do you guys use?"
I don't use one. I use these.
We have that tool.
We do, but I hate it.
She doesn't like it.
I hate it.
I bought one where you just put it in the box, and then it has like a little wheel that scores the inside of the box.
Yeah.
I can use it.
I don't like it at all. I don't use it. I use my eyes, my hands, and box cutters.
And, she takes her time.
I do take my time.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything.
Are you trying to be... You were trying to shoot a shot at me.
No,
weren't you?
I wasn't going to say anything, but you do take your time with that.
I do take my time because it means something to me to make sure that my work is good.
So it's like a work of art.
Yeah.
Okay. Thomas says, "I didn't watch the entire shipping video yet." What kind of review? Okay. Sorry about that. Michael Mullet says, "Just got my like sale." Yes, and if you hit the like button within the next 24 hours, you're going to get a sale. I don't know how or why it works, but so many people attest to it. Just do it. It won't take you that much effort. Todd says, "Shipping video was fun. I like seeing Jenna work. Jenna needs to visit to pack stuff for my customers."
Yes, I do.
Killboy says, "You bummed me out the other day. I saw you hold back the tears. We all had a trauma. Keep your head up. I believe in you, Mike." Well, thank you, Mike. It's just, I'm rarely in that headspace where
He doesn't get very emotional very often, and even off camera, it's not that way. He's very passionate about what he talks about, but he doesn't get emotional. So it's something within those comments triggered something, and I don't know why.
Megan says, "Happy Friday, y'all! Listening while listing."
Hi,
nice to see you, Megan. Grams says, "Grams hating Barbies hurts my soul." Yeah. Pickles, I'm currently watching Family, so hence spending time with family or distractions.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Pat says, "You started without me."
I'm so sorry, Pat.
Yeah,
Were
we're
you
sorry.
in the pool?
I think Pat was
in the pool.
Pat was relying on us having technical difficulties. It was what it was.
Yeah, true.
And we pulled it off this time.
We just didn't have any today.
No, we do have technical difficulties. Our paper tape machine is like pissing us off, and it won't spit out the paper tape.
Beard, I know you helped us fix it. What?
And you
2
know what her
days
answer
ago?
is? Her answer is buy another one.
Yeah, I am so fed up with it.
If we could fix this one, it's a perfectly good one.
But who are you gonna get to fix it?
I don't know.
It sure as hell isn't us.
Well, you're the shipper. It's your problem.
Then I know I'm gonna fix my problem. Then I'm gonna fix my problem. Then.
No.
I
am the head of procurement in this company.
Is
so
not
you have to bring
correct.
that through to me.
No.
Biff says dealing with $30 Barbie sounds like a lot of trouble for the effort. That's my initial thought.
That's
and
the
not
thought.
knowing. Look, if I was a Barbie expert, that would have been either a definite hell no or let's keep looking. We could probably find a gem here, but I didn't know what I was looking for, and I wasn't going to sit there and go through my phone and check out the sold comps in every single Barbie.
She had so much junk in that garage.
Just wading through it.
Just trying to get to the totes to see what's inside was a chore. So it's not worth it, in my opinion.
Tommy Z says, great to see my favorite dynamic duo reselling
Tommy.
couple. Thank you, Tommy.
Hello,
Thank you.
Tommy.
Nice to see you. Graham says, I don't pick up many anymore. We have to be...
They
have to be at the really old ones for me. Like these were like 80s, right? So I don't know. I mean, that's what she said. They're on the box.
That's what she said, and sometimes people have they inflate things in order to make it sound more appealing. So you have to really go look for yourself.
She really thought these Barbies she had were worth something. Yeah. So they could have been, but the couple that I saw, just like, okay.
They were just random Barbies, no clothes. Some of them had nothing on. And
So at the time, I was thinking of Archie when I was trying to buy her garage. And I said, he'd probably give you like $300 for it. And she's like, well, yeah, I'd do that. If you come and clean it all out.
Yeah.
And I called Archie and he's like, nah, man, I'm good. Yeah. And so I'm like, damn, who knows what she has in here? I mean, it's no different than buying a storage locker for $300.
Yeah,
right?
But still, that thing, I'm not even exaggerating. It was filled from the floor to the ceiling with everything under the sun.
I can make a prediction. She did call me like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And say, hey, we're having a yard sale this Saturday. We have a bunch of shoes because, I bought all the shoes from her. And I'm willing to bet she still has every bit of that in tubs in her garage.
Yeah, because her son was really the driving force of why she wanted to why she was willing to get rid of it, is because he wanted her house cleared out.
I could probably send her a message and say, do you still have that stuff in your garage? And are you trying to move it? And she probably would come back and either say, yes, but I'm not moving it, or yes, but, when can you come here and get it? The mistake I made was them learning I was a reseller, and we've got someone at the door.
Somebody at the door?
Yeah. Someone at the door.
They have already all come.
I don't know. They're at the door. So.
Are they still there?
Sorry, I could have got it. I guess I could have got it. There would be no business model shaming. You're right. There will not be. Here's the thing, and I think I said this in my maybe in a different context, but on tomorrow's show, who am I to tell you that your business model sucks? At the end of the day, are you happy with the outcome? Are you happy with what you're selling? Are you happy with your eBay journey? And if not, that's not to say you should abandon it. Find how to make that better. I just give you my experience, and a lot of times I can't speak to a lot of these things that like postcards and what other people sell because I don't have any experience with it.
Honey,
So
I cannot bring these in.
okay, you want to talk to the people then? Okay, sorry guys.
It was our delivery for our boxes. So, and I cannot seem to pick anything up right now. My blanket's on the floor over there and I still can't pick it up. I don't know what happened. I've been having a sciatica problem on my left side, but now it's almost feels like a pinched nerve. So it's just another day of getting old. Can you get my blanket, please?
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we just got our shipment from Supply Hut. Use code BEARDED, and that's a shout out to Bearded Picker. So go and help him out. He gets a little kickback when you use that code. But I ordered 150 boxes of like 4 different styles, and we paid like 120, 130. Wasn't a lot, and that's free shipping. So
I wouldn't know. I'm not the procure. What are you?
I'm the head of procurement for this company.
I can't say that
See,
word.
that's finally a word you can't say. That's awesome. So I know Beard has been using. It's weird. He has his own code with Supply Hut, yet he doesn't even buy from Supply Hut. He buys from Granger. Strangely enough. I happen to like the boxes that we get from Supply Hut, and I guess it's time to call Supply Hut and say, look, get a channel that really will support you on board. I don't know. It ain't about that for me. I really like supporting companies and products that we use and we can attest to, and I really, really like it when we could do giveaways like the one we're going to be doing here with GyroPack and with TreeCat.
Yes. Did you already answer Fix e-commerce? Nope, you went too high.
Too high.
Right.
Fix e-commerce. Hey guys, I'm part of a team building a new e-commerce solution. Can you talk about how much you are affected by eBay's platform fees? I think that eBay is trying to catch up to like Amazon as far as the fees that Amazon charges, like around 20%. And by promoted listings is a way to get more money in their pockets from the seller. I think sellers like myself are used to only paying 13.25%, and then here comes promoted listing fees, and it feels like a money grab, just a suck out of our business. But I have done a lot to offset that by buying low. It all starts with how you buy. If I was buying, if my business revolved around, and I don't want to, okay, $50 into $125. If that was my business model, then I'd have a harder time with the fee structure because now I'm getting less and less. eBay's taking more and more, and I can offset with the way I buy. But it's not as much of a problem to me than it is for others. There's people that are operating under smaller profit margins. If you're selling in volume and you're only bringing in like 10% profit margin, now an extra 2 to 3% is going to mean one thing. It means you have to sell more stuff to make the same amount of money. As you can see, we are selling fewer items, higher price point with the data I showed you, and we're making more money. So that's with using higher fees than we have before. We're now at 8 to 10% depending on the item and promoted. And that's just what works for us. We try to lower it to save money. We notice that our sales kind of drop a little bit. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. Debbie says, what is your business model? Yeah, I'd like to hear different. I'd like to learn about different business models. That's for sure.
No, she's asking what is your.
Well, I don't know if she's talking to
No,
the
she
other.
is talking to you.
Okay, my business model is focusing on a high ASP, focusing on items that do have good sell through rate. If I come across something for $1 that could potentially sell for 200, and it hasn't sold before, I'm still somewhat cautious about making that. I might buy it, depending on. I'll then dive into Terapeak and I'll see, has it even sold in the last 3 years? If other people are listing it and it hasn't sold for anyone in the last 3 years, then I just pass. So I'm looking for things that I can move within a reasonable amount of time and make a pretty solid profit. And that means that I can buy anything from clothing to car parts to electronics to, heck, I don't know. And I'm happy with selling it because it's not about the item. It's about that item's potential to flip into a profit. And it turns into about a 45 to 48% margin on average.
And I feel like if there is more value in the item, if it sits for longer than a week or more,
Keep talking.
it doesn't hurt as bad as buying a $10 Barbie and marking it up to $25 and then it's sitting there for a year or more. I think the items that we have that we sell are they are a need versus a want, and so the items that we have that we get don't sit on the shelves for very long, except for our other bad buys that we've made in the past.
So Thomas S. wants to know, I know it's a dry house in the FAE household. What is your go-to beverage, favorite soda? Jenna's favorite is this right here. It's the Zero Dr. Pepper. I like it too.
It's a cream soda, but that's
we drink
not
a lot
my
of the Zero.
It's not my favorite. My number one favorite drink is a Diet Coke Zero cherry Zero in a fountain drink. I don't like them in a can. I mean, I'll drink them. However, I would like it from a fountain drink. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it has to be really cold and crispy. What are you doing?
I'm just getting ready for our drawings.
But right now, I have a sparkling ice that is just in a little mini can just to give me, because I drink a lot of water and it gets kind of boring. So I'll drink some water with electrolytes in it, and then maybe once a day I will drink something that gives me some flavor.
We have a question here from Maylene. It says, question, I see your videos in your garage. Just curious, if you put an AC unit in your garage since you're in Vegas, also do you use your entire garage for inventory, or do you also have a storage? Well, the answer to the first question is we have it's a smaller unit. It fits underneath my table perfectly, the AC unit. And we have one vent in the garage. It's like a wall vent with a grill on it.
Yeah, most people.
Yeah, and I have that. There's an exhaust that connects to that I've kind of secured to it so it doesn't move anywhere. That's why I can't really put up like any other larger unit because it just won't work the same way. It only does an adequate job when it gets to be like 110 degrees outside. It makes it bearable, but it's still not easy. And then the garage is where we store most of our items that are listed. And then we have a rack that we have for like new inventory that I've just pulled in. And then the rest of it goes to the storage unit, which I'm still figuring out. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, if I'm going to keep it or not. They did up the price to $249
on our unit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what they charge.
How can they do that when we have a contract?
I think it was a 6-month deal for that price.
Wow. Well,
I don't know if I need to call them and say, look, I'm going to come get my stuff if you guys don't give me back that price.
Yeah.
So Alicia says, I lost a local supplier. We had to flip our business model to source for inventory online, and for now it has worked out. but always be sourcing because wells can dry up. Yes.
Absolutely.
And I have multiple go-tos that I have, and we leaning on one versus other. If our main one goes away, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but that's not to say we can't make it work. It's and I don't want to disparage anyone on this. Look, you guys know, been following our story, we didn't just wake up one day in Vegas where all the stuff is, right? We actually lived in a place that had decent sourcing. These people are saying, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Southern California has a lot of decent sourcing. We just weren't successful in finding it. We found a lot of it is in Vegas, so I found myself twice a month driving round trip to Vegas to pick up just one SUV full of goods. And I'm thinking that this is not sustainable. Let's, there's no taxes in Vegas. Or state income tax. Let's move there and make it work.
Yeah, and I think that was good for when we were just starting out because it was a carload full of goods. But now we do bigger volume. We're doing a lot more. Well, I mean, he goes and picks up. How many packages do you pick up usually on Wednesdays?
Wednesdays I pick up, and this doesn't seem like a lot, but if you think of your medium sized to large boxes, I'm picking up anywhere between 50 and 75.
Right, and so we're doing that every week. So in the beginning, he was coming out here twice a month. And then, so we've obviously scaled our business up for more inventory. So we have a lot more than we used to in the beginning.
Right. And let's see. Biff says, what have we become? I don't know. Thomas says, every business has their own business model. Yes, they do. And look, there's no influencer, here we go using that term, there's no YouTuber that's going to be able to tell you what's best for you and your business. All I can do is share it with you what my experiences are, and that may not line up with what you do. I might not be able to offer you anything that's going to be useful, but I'm not going to sit here and make stuff up just so that you can feel like I'm trying to help your business. I will tell you best practices that will work for most businesses, but what I'm doing, there's someone that said we went in and we started selling liquidation and it didn't work for us. And I'm not, and I hope people aren't just going out and trying to emulate what I'm doing, because there's a lot of trial and error that I've learned that things that work, that really work, and things that are an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
And I don't want people without that kind of experience just diving into that kind of thing, and then like Flippin' Ain't Easy is full of it because this stuff doesn't sell.
Yeah.
90% of liquidation, in my opinion, is worthless.
Yeah, you really have to know what's around you, what that is plentiful, that's going to continue to produce inventory for you, and if those dry up, what else are you gonna do? So
yeah, I'm not gonna listen to haters. It just is what it is. I think a lot of times people they get on teams, right? So if you ever like even insinuate their team is like, bad or, out of line, then they're going to come to the rescue. And it's sort of, some channels have it like if you're like against Taylor Swift. Now, look, I have nothing against Taylor Swift other than she stole my mojo back in 2006 when I met her, gave her a hug, and then it just went away. My mojo went away. And ever since then, it's been going downhill. Well, and then I met you. And then, but before I dig a hole for myself, it's like dealing with Swifties. If you say something negative, the Swifties will come in mass. And that's kind of what happened with me. Maylene says, thank you. You guys are great.
Aw. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
For being here.
I wish the well would dry up so underwater here.
Wait, what?
I wish this well would dry up so underwater here. I'm not sure what that...
You're underwater? Wait, what? Why? I'm confused.
Maybe
Did you go swimming and you can't get out?
So maybe he swims in a well. I don't know. Nonetheless,
Pat is a she.
She.
That's not
swims.
Paul Rose. That's
okay.
Pat Rose.
Too many roses. Too many roses. But here's what I want you guys to do. We're going to be doing this right here. I do not know what they will be giving away. They just told me that they'll send a pack to you guys, and it could be
probably send you a little like a variety pack.
Yeah, could be bubble mailers, could be poly mailers, could be trash
a little
bags.
bit of both.
I don't know. They have a large variety of different supplies, bubble mailers, poly mailers, different colors, and they also they do sell trash bags, but they're not going to send you trash bags. I know that.
No.
So what I want you guys to do is if those of you are here in the live, and of course you're watching after the fact, I guess you're just going to have to be here next time we do this drawing. I want you to put a number between 1 and 300 in the chat, and the closest, now here's a key, the closest that gets to that number will win the prize. You just have to send me by email your address information so I can pass it on to GyroPack. Now, here's the tiebreaker. If we have two numbers, let's say I choose, or Grok chooses, say 50, and one person has 52, the other person has 48. 48 will win because of the Price is Right rule. You cannot go over.
Why don't you just use the number generator that we've used before?
Because it's linked to StreamYard, and we're not on StreamYard right now. So
I know, but
so there
you're
it
going to
is.
go through all the comments.
I can't use it. I'm not on StreamYard.
Okay.
I mean,
You should have done this better.
I should have done it better. But when you are the head of procurement and you have to do the listings and all that stuff, it's difficult to get these things in order. So you guys can put your numbers, and
They're already
if
going,
there is a duplicate number, it's the first person that put that number is going to win. So make sure you use a unique number, and you cannot have more than one submission or that wipes you out. So don't do that either.
Oh no, Pat Rose means she is drowning in inventory. I have not bought anything in 2 weeks.
Oh
wow. That's a good thing to have. That's a good
have
problem to have.
this time of year, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you're stocked up. So
Yeah.
we'll let you guys have a chance to get to that. Again, it's like a sample pack. They're going to send you different, like when they sent us ours, it would like a bunch of bubble mailers, a bunch of poly mailers.
Different sizes and
colors. Make sure you, like I said before, go over to their site and check out the different options that they have, and use the code. I believe there's a code. That's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Use the code. I'm trying to find it in the link down below in the video description to get over there, so that at least we get recognized for sending you guys there. So we'll do that here in a second. Spam says, thank goodness we all have different business models. Imagine if we all had the same. If every seller copied the same model, there'd be no room. Talking about competition. Can you imagine that? If we all sold the same thing and
That
we
would
all
be
sold it the
terrible.
same way, I don't even know if I'd want to be a reseller at that point. It'd be just too much competition.
Yeah.
Graham Bates says, I've been putting out a lot of auto parts for sale and they're not selling. I have 200 listings and over 100 are auto parts. This week has been frustrating. Now, a couple things that I've learned, Graham, is that if you don't have free return set, you're going to be shadow banned on those listings. Those listings are not going to move. Also, make sure, and this is a royal pain in the butt, but I do believe there's something to the idea that if you're using the fitment tool versus not, I believe that you're getting more exposure to your listings because you're playing eBay's fitment game where they can offer the buyer, free returns, that type of thing, or at least for you, we're paying half the cost of the return label. So just make sure that you're playing the game that eBay wants you to play with those two things, because I've noticed on a couple end item sell similars that I've had items that were auto parts that I got the little red thing next to it and it said, this is not in compliance with our return shipping policy. It's a listing I may not have updated, and it's like, no wonder why that thing hasn't sold. Dre's going to get a bigger storage unit. I recently purchased a bulk lot of inventory, and it's taking too long to find 4 items because I'm maxed out in here. Yeah, and I got to tell you, We're almost there. You're almost there
Almost.
with the number system being in all the listings. I got to
Yeah.
tell you, I get up in the morning and I go and I'm looking for a number, and I'm not looking to like make sure that this random item matches my writing on the box, and I'm like pulling my hair out and maybe I forgot to write it on the box. Having the number on the side of the box that matches what's in your SKU is just like,
Yeah, it's.
I don't even care what it is, as long as the
And
number
it's
matches.
nice when I can go in, and now that I have the package, I don't have to try to read the littlest writing ever and try to figure out his writing, because sometimes he writes too sloppy.
Prescriptions.
Yeah.
Yes.
All I have to do is match the sticker number with the listing number, and it's good to go.
Alicia says, so Jenna's saying it's moist in Vegas.
Yes,
And Pat
it's
says
just a little
precipitation.
moist.
Glad to hear that, Jenna. You are such a
Yes.
cute kid.
Aw, thanks, Pat. Yes.
Graham says, oh, and I'm at 98 sales in 3 months and only need 2 to go up to at a level. You know, I would say check your prices too. That is huge for a lot of people. You know, are you charging shipping? You're offering free shipping? That could make a difference as well. So make sure you're priced within the market for what you're trying to sell. Mm-hmm. Pickle says, Jenna, not long till Tyler's home.
5 days until he graduates AIT, and I am elated.
Nick Picker says, do you use packing paper at all?
No.
No, we don't. We just use bubble wrap, and we also use to fill like the larger boxes, the space. We use the quilted air pillows.
Yeah.
And I love that machine. That's like I use that every day.
I also love my tape machine.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. I think we have enough folks that have put their numbers in. I don't know where they're at, but you're gonna help me with that, right?
Of course, since you're doing it this way.
Okay, we're going to do it this way, and you guys are going to see. Here it is. Well, let me get this comment off the screen. Bear with me a second. Here we go. This is for the gyro pack. We still got another drawing to do after this for the 42.
Oh, wow.
142.
He was so fast.
142.
Oh, Lord help me.
142. Who's got 142? You find that, and I'll go on to some of the comments, okay? So if you're the closest to 142, and if it's a tiebreaker without going over, then you're the winner. Let's see. Hero and Hand-Me-Downs Biff says,
David Pentland looks like.
I had an old tab opened and accidentally printed 2 of the same label. One buyer got an extra package, and the other got none. First time I ever screwed that up. Luckily, I unraveled it. Well, don't feel bad. Me pulled the wrong item. This is while we're going through our whole inventory system. Now she tried to say, well, that must be a package that went out when I was gone, but it wasn't. It's just so it got by both of us. I pulled the wrong item and shipped it to someone. They sent me a message saying, I don't know what this is, but it's not what I ordered. And I'm like, oh, let me go look. Went and looked, and guess what? It's still there. So I said, don't worry, throw that thing away. We removed the listing. It's only a $25 item. And we're going to ship the right one out to you. And they're very understanding. So that was cool. Communication, guys. It's the most important thing you can implement into your business. Big Dre says, my wife wraps most items in plastic, and buyers sometimes compliment us for that. Yeah, I just had a positive feedback from a buyer. And they were
right.
like...
You want to know the
hold on.
winner?
Let me finish my thought. You just drum roll in your mind while I finish my thought here, and we'll get to that. This feedback was for, I think it's on the other account. Yeah, it's on the other account. But I wrap all my individual parts like in its own like plastic, and they were really impressed by that. And they said it looks brand new for a used part. Okay, who's the winner of the gyro pack?
The gyro pack winner is David Pentland from
Scotland.
His guess was 146, so he is the winner.
I know my folks at Gyropack are going to love me because we have an international buyer. But hopefully, can you get on Gyropack and buy stuff? I don't know if you're able to even get on, but nonetheless, David, send me your information. I put my email. I think I gave you the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Scratch that. That's my eBay name. Why am I thinking that? Flippin' ain't easy. 2020 at gmail.com. That's the right one. So Send that email to me with your information and your address information, and I will pass it on to the nice folks at GyroPack. So stay with us here in about 20 minutes before we head out. We're going to go in and do a drawing for some TreeCat merch. From my understanding, it's a hat and a shirt, and they're happy to do that for you. They're also going to be, TreeCat's also going to be at the Tennessee meetup here in, a week? It's going on next week. Michael says, yep, I wrap my boxes in bubble wrap now after watching that video. Honestly, that's a great idea. I just think it adds an extra layer of protection. Maybe that initial fall, that package falls without any kind of extra protection, it cracks or breaks. That extra layer. It's no different than having a case on your phone. You're looking at your case on some of these phones, and it's like, this is a thin layer of like rubbery plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, how can this really stop the phone from breaking or cracking? But you'll be surprised that it does. It does a pretty good job.
I don't know that you're in the right area.
What, in the right area? No, I'm in the right area.
Comments.
I'm going down as far as where I left off.
Did you type this?
Yes.
When?
Right over there. I did it. I just got it like that. Sometimes it's like the sales within the next 24 hours. We just send our thoughts to the chat and it comes up.
Okay.
Michael Mullet.
Enough
Okay. Alicia says I'm pretty sure USPS employees are playing soccer with my packages. Yes.
I'm not even joking. They said that they literally throw them off the trucks.
Yeah, it's better to overpack than underpack, and do not use the fragile stickers.
Yes, don't do it, because I just wrote on one. What did I write?
You said do not top load.
I said top load only.
Oh, yeah.
Do
fragile.
Did I
or
write fragile?
Yeah.
So,
but
and I know that whole rule. I do.
But it was a scam. They had opened a return saying that the item, this is a glass replacement glass front for a stove, an oven, brand new, still in the original packaging, just the box. We tried to add a little packaging on the inside of the box, but we mailed it. It had that writing on it, and they got it, and as far as the return request, they had a picture of the box, not of the item broken, just the box, saying that this came shattered. And I approved the return, and I sent her a little note saying, like, can we see a picture of the item? Because if it's busted, shattered, I'll just give them their money back.
Yeah.
But show me proof. Show me some proof. And they didn't. And guess what? The return request closed. I think a lot of us sellers give in to the buyers too easy. And if it works once, it's bound to work again. So people will get their item. There's nothing wrong with it. But hey, what does it hurt? All I got to do is pretend there's a problem. And certain sellers don't want to be bothered with it. And they'll just give me my money back. Be very, very careful. There's people that'll scam you. And you didn't do anything wrong. And it's a dishonest way to steal. It's no different than shoplifting, as far as I'm concerned. Graham says they are except those that are not black padded. They are practically see-through.
Oh, are you talking for the poly mailers?
You are Cheryl Teagues today.
Cheryl Teagues?
According to Samantha.
Wow, I'll take it.
You remember Cheryl Teagues?
I do. She had really bouncy curly hair.
Biff says, I was down 25% year to date and finally got even this month. I'm hoping to end at plus 15. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's finish the year. We have a little over 3 months. Let's finish it on a strong note. Here's Pitco's channel. If you guys want to check that out, at Pitco-0. And make sure you go and do just that. Subscribe to his channel. Fix e-commerce. Can someone link Jenna's shipping video? And there it is in the chat. Daniel Oberholzer says, on Monday, my sales were up 50%. Year to date, negotiated better item price from one brand. It gave me incentive to list more of that brand. Yeah. Awesome.
And no, Duncan, I didn't get a raise.
Todd says, ping, really? I had not heard that.
What ping?
That Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and Alaska have been added to the EIS. So sellers, yes, that's correct. So we had somebody that
Good.
wanted today to pay extra. They had an alternator. They're in Hawaii, and look, they know it was going to take like 3 to 4 weeks to get it with Ground Advantage. They paid an extra $11 to have it sent priority mail, and we did that for them. But I don't think they're going to be able to pull that kind of thing off if they go through EIS. Nonetheless, I'm not sure how they ship. I think it's all Ground Advantage. Keith says, John, you get a lot of orders to Puerto Rico, but then you get them back. No, we've had 1 or 2 ever come back. It's more of shakedown. They're trying to get their money back. 406 Fines. Oh, beautiful color shirt. Which one?
We're both wearing a heathered.
Oh,
yours is
sure.
heather blue. And
I don't know
mine's
Heather
red.
Thomas S. says, waiting for my son to come home from college for the weekend. On his way now. That's
how
awesome.
Exciting.
Big Dre says, eBay took down my 1,000 gigabyte and 8-channel hard drive and told me electronic equipment used to record or transmit signals for surveillance are not allowed, but there are a ton for sale. And once you're on their list, their Vero takedown list, they'll hit you for anything.
Yeah, just be really careful. Just don't put it back up until, if at all, because once you're on it, we have been the victim of that.
Jenna, go lay down. This is what I tell her. Go lay down. Go lay down. She says, she's like, go lay down. I'm sure she loves hearing that. Richard says, hi, J&J. Gyropack padded mailers are the best.
Yeah.
Also got my thumbs up sale. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, awesome. Jane's Jungle Safari says, I agree. Pitco. Jenna, it is okay to take care of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And then Beard shows his true colors. He's team CWP, so I appreciate that. Nothing wrong with being on Kevin's team, by the way. Joe Samart says, did anyone else see where Amazon is banning used toys now? No.
Really?
They're cracking down hard on small sellers. If you're not a larger seller, it's going to be harder and harder to sell there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just actually surprised they allowed you to sell used toys.
As far as that article about the views on eBay, Not Funny says that they removed the bot views. That could be it too. Pico says, John, that video took you to a place you didn't want to go, and you don't owe that to anyone. You didn't do anything wrong in the first place. If others had an issue with it, it's on them, not you. And you did say you spoke to Kevin, and he didn't have an issue. Yeah. No, he was actually kind of touched by my meltdown, I guess. He had, said some nice things, and kind of like, he was like, hey, I'll even come on your show, we can talk about it. And so I just kind of left it there. But no, I just think it was a huge misunderstanding that, just kept snowballing for some reason. Then a Now Collectible says, great video, John, and don't worry, can't please them all. Those who know you well, those who don't can go to it. Yeah, go to. Yes, I appreciate that. That's kind of the way I think most YouTubers feel. If they're getting judged by one video, but you haven't watched all the others or a lot of the others to show who I am or my real stance on a subject, it sometimes makes someone think differently. That's really not who you are, Let's do this. I want to get to this drawing, and I want to make an announcement. Something I'm very excited to announce to you guys. And it's not going to let me do this part real quick. Hold on. I want to get in here. And no, on the wrong one? Okay, I'm on the wrong one. Okay, let's not even bother with that. I want to make an announcement that I think it's going to be very exciting for a lot of folks out there. My favorite word starts with an F. It's not the word you're thinking. Free. Free, guys. Free. Who doesn't like free? And this offer is going out to everyone who wants to sign up for the first time with TreeCat. They are offering, and it's only exclusive to this channel, so you got to use the link in the description of this video to go there. And by using the link, you're going to get not 1, but 2 months of TreeCat for free. That's all the features that they currently have, plus all the features that they're going to add. Here is TreeCat. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, is this. They've been very good to us, by the way. They do not charge you a monthly fee. So when you do finally start paying, you don't pay a monthly fee. you pay as you sell. So if you make only 5 sales this month, you're only going to pay for those sales. You're not going to pay any monthly fee. No other services like that. They offer cross-listing. It's a cross-listing service that allows you to put your items that are on eBay, move them to Mercari, move them over to Poshmark, in all 3 of those platforms. But they're adding more platforms. They're working hard on that right now. We've got eBay, and guess what? Does anybody see the new addition here? This is really cool. Those of you who are Whatnot sellers, you can now cross-post between TreeCat, using between eBay, Poshmark, or Mercari to Whatnot. Let's say you have items that are dead stock, not selling well. You've had them listed on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. They're not selling. It's time to liquidate or get what you can on your live sale. Boom. You could just push it right over, and you can put them onto Whatnot. So they have Whatnot integration, guys. And the cool thing about this is a lot of people do the live selling been wanting something like this because they got a lot of stuff in their store. You have thousands of items in the store, and you want to get rid of that slower selling stock, and you do sell on Whatnot or thinking about selling on Whatnot, and just the idea of getting these listings listed again on Whatnot manually is kind of a time suck, to be honest with you. So I think if you sell on both platforms, that is also a huge feature. And for the next 2 months, using my code, if you go on there by itself without using my code, it ain't gonna work. You got to use my code, and you get it for free. Now, if you sell an item on eBay and have it listed on Poshmark, it's going to delist. It's going to take care of it for you. That's the biggest concern people have with cross-listing. With all the flooded markets, if you're sitting there flooding the market, you're adding media, you're adding clothing to eBay, and you're not pushing it to unflooded markets like Poshmark and Mercari, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. They have a lot of videos that they share on how to new software. It's a place you can go to create a listing and do it one time, and it'll push it to all the platforms. That's really cool.
And they're continuously adding new features, and they have been a huge supporter of the things that we hear within the community, the things that you guys wish you had, or you wish one thing had and not another. They're integrating it all within TreeCat, and it's ever changing. So yes, this was what we have now, but they're also going to be adding additional platforms. They have other tools that they're going to be implementing. It is exactly what we were looking for.
We helped design it.
We actually helped them with ideas and expressing the pains and the things that are going on within the reselling world. And so we've tried to be a voice for not only ourselves, but for you guys as well. We talk about our community a lot when we have these meetings with TreeCat, because your voice matters, whether you think we heard you or not. We do listen, and when you guys are saying, "Oh, I wish this feature was available on any type of platform," really, they've been really forthcoming and just on board with the things that we have tried to, or that we have tried to express to them of what the needs of the community are, and they are so willing to listen. They don't just listen to us, they will listen to you as well, and that's really powerful when you have a company who's willing to take in your gripes and your concerns and your everyday struggles that you have on the platforms. It makes it easier to do your job.
Now I want to share something that's really cool that a lot of people don't know about TreeCat. So you have listings that you now pull into TreeCat when you first sign up, right? They will, how eBay holds your listings and your photos for 90 days. eBay holds that like forever. Okay, they're not deleting those. So if you so it's a lot of you using the out of stock option, right? And now you show 600 items, but you only have 300 that are actually listed. That's kind of a pain in the butt to have to navigate through that. You don't need that when you have TreeCat. You have an item that you got a year ago and it's out of eBay, but if you are on TreeCat, you can go right to the listing, update the quantity, and launch it, right?
Yeah.
So that is an awesome feature. And what they're working on, I'll just share this with you. They don't have it yet. They're going to have multiple eBay account access here very soon. So you could actually move an item from one store to another one without having to go to other programs to have to buy it. So that's our...
It's going to be all in one place to go so that you're not having to go to this website for this and this website for that. It's all in one hub, and that's all you need in order to do your daily job.
Yeah, you can use it as a lister to list and have it launched to the 4 different sites now, and it has AI item specific auto syncing. It actually pulls the data for that if you're creating a listing through the lister, so you can get that as well. That's all in the package. And one last thing, here are the prices. So if you make for every sale that you make, you're paying 50 cents with the code for that discount code up to your first 30 sales, and then any sales over 30 for that billing period, it starts lowering the price on it. So
the more you sell, the less you pay.
Right.
And
you sell 0, you pay 0.
However, if you sign up now, you will get 2 months free. So you could sell 100 items in those 2 months, and you're not going to get charged.
So here's what I want to do. I want to give away the merch for TreeCat. So if you guys do the same thing, be 1 to 300, okay, 1 to 300, and again, same rules. And the closest one will win the TreeCat hat and shirt, and we'll send them a message to get it out to you. So if you guys can do that for me. I gotta generate a number because I have to ask it again because I refreshed between 1 and 300. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that, and I'm gonna try my best to skip to my loo to get through some of these. Biff says, I get a glitch when I try to ESS. The pop-up window gets end items sell similar. The window gets hung up and nothing happens, and I have to refresh. It's about 50-50. That's interesting. I haven't seen that myself. I do the end item. Try doing the end item relist. The only difference is it's going to actually do that extra step and delete your endeds when you're done, so you don't have to do it. Duncan says, I really don't care about views on eBay. I often get 0 views, and the item gets sold. Yeah, true.
Same here on my store. Not on the big one, but the other one.
Keith says, John's a good man because he's got an even better woman to keep him in tune. I appreciate you on that.
Thank you, Keith.
Beard wants to know, is John weird? I don't think that we need to answer the question.
I mean, John can be a little weird. So can I.
Let's see. You probably need to buy a new brush. I don't know who you're talking about. Spam says, these husbands that moan and groan about the time their wives take to make sure everything is done top notch. I feel you, Jenna.
Thank you, Spam.
So you experienced that yourself. Okay. So we're not alone here.
Go back up.
I'm just trying to get through.
I get it, but...
Where did I miss? Jenna, don't you use bulk shipping? I do when I can, but most of my sales are drop shipped.
What do you mean by bulk shipping?
You go in and all the orders come up on one eBay page and you just run all the labels?
No. I want each individual. No.
Fix e-commerce says, don't eBay fees eat into your profits by a lot? They theoretically they do, but I buy low so that I can do things. I'm giving a 10% markdown sale, knocks my price down by 10%. 10% coupon in the listing, knocks it down a further 10%. Now I'm doing 8 to 10% on the promoted listings, and now I'm paying like 20 to 24% in fees. I buy low enough to where I can still say that $5 item that's selling for 80 is really selling after everything's said and done 50 or 60, and I'm happy with that. So
back to what I remembered what I was trying to have you go to.
I just want to get through this.
No, stop. Go back up there. I'm trying to look for the one.
Take the mouse. I don't know what you're asking me to do.
The bearded picker is saying you probably need a new brush for the tape machine.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you for that.
Pay attention.
So this is where people get mad at you. Oh, we got this.
I don't care.
This is awesome. Thank you, Duncan. It says, sponsored by Tree Dog, Meow, and KFC. How's your health, you two? Have a super day. Get some tacos.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
I
so
think
much,
we have to get some
Duncan.
KFC after that.
No. Tacos. Our health is okay other than whatever's happening in my back. I don't know what's happening.
My eyes are great. I went to the eye doctor on Wednesday, and he said that he said I had like a really bad version of pink eye, and these drops have helped me tremendously. My vision without the contacts feel like it's improved, and no redness, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that.
They look real
and I
good.
went against doctor's orders last night at the bowling alley. I
Yeah.
wore my contacts. So, but thank you so much for your concern and the super chat. I appreciate that. Now, thanks to you, we get to have
Thank
tacos
you,
tonight.
Scott. Thank you.
What did he say?
Said I was actually being helpful and I get ignored by John.
I'm just trying to get through.
Said Team CWP.
Yeah. Spam says, Jenna, there's treatment for aches and pains. Time to schedule an appointment.
You know, I have enough doctor's appointments. I'm just gonna let this one work itself out.
Oh, I listen, Beard. I know
No.
that I know your situation, but I still got to give you crap for it. I'm sure that Supply Hut would love to know why you're not buying from them. But I am
On the
using
big
your
boxes.
your code Bearded. Upstate
We
Picker.
order Granger boxes in the bigger sizes too, so you can't even fault him for that.
But I can give him
I'm on
crap.
Team Beard.
How come he can give me crap, but I can't give him crap?
Team Beard.
Silver Hair says, I ordered some Poshmark packaging for Ground Advantage today. Might use some for eBay sales. Sorry, not sorry. USPS stopped regional boxes, so
Oh.
I can't wait to get mine. I haven't received them yet.
Did you get an email or anything?
Nothing.
Oh.
But people have said that they received those boxes.
Oh.
So, Beard says, my goal to make crazy comments that Gina laughs while John tries to talk.
He's purposely spelling everyone's names wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to skip to my Lou a little bit. This is my
Diet
favorite
Coke
comment.
does rule, but I like cherry Diet or Coke Zero.
Yeah, Zero Cherry Pepsi.
Oh no.
I like Zero Cherry
I don't
Pepsi.
like Pepsi at all.
Hero Hand-Me-Downs. Biff says, I was happy when In-N-Out added Cherry Coke and that Costco switched.
Oh, I felt like I needed to send the CEO a thank you because that was the best.
Big Dre says, because I stepped away from reselling this year, as far as listing and sourcing, I've only been picking and packing. All my inventory is 100% profit as I made my money on it last year. There you
That's
go.
awesome. What a good feeling.
We got Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie.
Thank you for being here. Talking about Siri ain't the only one. Michelle R says, hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Michelle.
We got Dixie Flipper. How you doing,
Hello.
buddy? And then we got the folks that are in this drawing. So we have the numbers. You want to get ready for that one? This is for the TreeCat merch. And like I said, go check out TreeCat.io for more information on that we talked about. And go ahead and use the code down below, though, in the item or the video description so that you can get that discount. And, of course, we get hooked up a little bit for that. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go, guys. Good luck. 237.
Ooh. Okay.
237 is the winner. Whoops.
Oh, this could get
237.
This could get a little crazy.
237.
I need a piece of
237.
Paper.
Okay, so Jenna's going to work on that, and I'll work on the comments a little bit. Awesome. Todd says, Mike, you're not allowed to use your birth year.
Stop it.
Let's see. Killboy says, got my 2 sales. Hitting the like button, John. Awesome.
Nice.
Hit that like button. Get a sale within the next 24 hours. 237. Mike says, you tell him, Todd, to stop talking and make the draw. Well, if you had close to 237, you're in good shape.
Sometimes you have to tell John to just stop talking.
Sutter's Mill says 51% of eBay shoppers wait for promotions or discounts before buying Christmas gifts. I believe that. Pat says, I get the Daisy envelope from Gyropack, and eBay customers mention them in feedback. Yeah, they appreciate that extra level. And if you're buying like some random auto part, or a random part for their coffee maker, they may not say anything. But if they're buying something that they're looking forward to, something special, that might, it's the presentation that really people appreciate. What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well, I see 242. Is that?
There's 234.
234 is closer than 242, so we'll have to figure that out. She's still looking. We'll get a winner for you here in a minute. 406 Finds has had feedback today. Customers glad it was packaged well because they threw it in the garden. Pyrex dish with lid. Oh,
jeez.
that's horrible.
That's what I'm saying. These people don't give a rat's.
It is. I like this statement. Dave says, fragile stickers are for the customer, not the shipper.
That's exactly right.
It's no different than having that nice little envelope that you're putting something in. It's just to help the buyer believe that you did everything you could to inform the shipping company that it's fragile and not to break it.
We have a winner.
Who is the winner?
We have a winner chicken dinner. Hold on.
She's slow rolling us.
I know. I'm so sorry, but it keeps disappearing. There it is. All right. So the winner is Desi Rebecca Flippin.
Desi Rebecca Flippin.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
You are the winner of some TreeCat merch. And if you could, please send us an email with your YouTube username and your address so that we know that it's you.
And we can send it to them.
And we will send it to them. In turn, they will have, they will ship out your new goodies. I believe you're getting a t-shirt and a hat.
Yes, that's what we talked about. So we will work on getting that for you. So send both winners. Congratulations.
Yeah.
David Pentland and Desi.
Yep.
And send us the email. We'll get that over to the right people.
Yeah.
Brenda Smith says, some college kids told me that when they were working for USPS loading trucks, if it said fragile, they would drop kick it in the truck.
That is a fact. And it is so sad that our young, newly into these, these fresh people in the work. I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say. The youth don't appreciate anybody else's property or anything anymore. It's sad.
Graham says, I'm not a fan of their billing method. Why not just a flat fee? Because they realize that you're going to have ups and downs. And the idea of you paying like $30-$40 a month and you had a bad month, it's like really turns people off in using the product.
Yeah.
And it becomes just another expense in their business and a burden on their business.
Yeah.
So they accumulate how many items you've sold, and they have a record of it. They do month-to-month billing. So if you do a month of November, whatever you sell in November, you're going to be billed for.
Yeah, because if you think about it, there's the summer slowdown. So you don't want to be in your best month ever. Let's say you're in December and you're just killing it. But yet, come June or July, even August, your sales totally tank. But you're still paying that whatever fee that it would be. You don't want to have to do that. So we kind of like the structure of the fee schedule that they do have.
Yeah, and Dixie Flipper says they don't see the. Let me pull this up.
What are you trying to do?
I don't know where my phone is in my pocket. So they're saying that Whatnot doesn't seem to be coming up. It's something they've just started adding.
Yes, it is a new launch. Whatnot is a new launch on TreeCat. So if you're not seeing it, it could. Well, let me see if we see it.
So this will give you an idea. This is our second
settings.
This is our second account. This is what TreeCat looks like. It's really this simple, and so it's not showing yet, but it's coming. They have it advertised on the front page, but it's literally a few days away from launch. So you'll see that here very, very soon.
We had our notes here. I don't know where you put them, but I wrote down when the day that it should be up.
Okay. Well, I can't help you with that, but just know that if you sign up, now this sign up, it's to the end of October, you get 2 months for free. So whether you do it this month or next month, if you sign up using my code down below you will get 2 months for free.
Yes,
and they're
it
keeping
has
track
to
of
be
it.
with our code. Otherwise, they will not honor the 2 free months.
So if you're looking at ways to get your items out of these saturated categories into other platforms, that'll even increase your sales by 10, 15%, maybe even more depending on what you're selling and what you're selling it for. It's free for the next 2 months, so why not?
Yeah, and it's a nice, even if none of the tools you're going to utilize, it's a very nice place to have all of your listings with all of the pictures, all of the details, have it all in one place, because eBay loses your listings, they lose your pictures, they do disappear after a period of time. So it's nice to know that TreeCat is going to have all of your items in one place, because as of like right now with the inventory that we're doing, we have done, and I have to continue to add into the computer. I have about 5 pairs of shoes that need to be relisted, and they're nowhere to be found on eBay. So the great thing is they are in TreeCat, so all I have to do is just launch them. So
yeah, and real quick with Beard, I guess he's declaring war for some reason. Look, when a bald guy talks about a brush, it's confusing, because a bald guy doesn't need a brush, and therefore I'm just not sure what he's talking about. So I apologize to the bald guy.
He's gonna rake you over the nose.
Todd says, some buyers, who said I'm going to go on the show tonight, some buyers are just experts on how we should ship. Thank God I couldn't have done it without them. Yes. Some of these buyers are like, can you please make sure to put X amount of tape in double box and all this stuff.
Yeah, those people bother me. Like, when you tell me how to do my job, that gets under my skin.
Mike's saying, does TreeCat sell the merch? Not yet, but I don't think they're going to sell it. They're going to be at the Tennessee reseller get together here next week.
Michelle and her daughter are going to the meetup in Tennessee next week. So, is it next week? Mm-hmm. So Mike they will be there if you want to talk to them. If you're going to be attending, feel free to go talk to Michelle and her daughter. They have a plethora of information. I mean, they are very good at what they do.
Jerry Johnson says, I use Gyropack lavender colored bubble mailers, and I got a comment from the postal worker in the color. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Hello, Jerry.
For TreeCat, we use the 20% off code. Yeah, it's the 20% off is shown in, I don't have the thing, but it's where you get the 50 cents instead of paying 60 cents per sale. Yeah. It gives you that price if you're using the code.
So if you're signing up, with our code, you will get that 20% off of those that fee schedule. But you are also, if you're enrolling in a new account, a new account, you're going to get the 2 months free. Mm-hmm. So you're going to get the 2 months free, plus after that 2 months is over, you're going to, because you signed up with our code, you're going to get the continuous 20% off.
So Bleeding Rando says, I just want to remind people to challenge negative feedback when you can. I agree with that 100%. I had 2 removed this week, and it brought my feedback rating up by 0.3%. Yes. I mean, who's going to fight for you if you don't? They're not. eBay's is going to let go. I see so many negative feedbacks that are easy. Like, there's no reason why this seller should allow this to stand, but they just let it go. They don't want to be bothered with it. You know, only you can maintain your seller account.
Oh, there's Paul.
Fashion says, true. Recently, cannot find several of my listings. Oh, yeah, that's you gotta find maybe a different method if that's gonna keep happening, so you don't have to deal with that. Paul Rose says, John, he may have found a brush on the beard along with some chicken in the beard, along with some chicken wings. LOL. That's funny.
I am still Team Beard when it comes to the tape.
Samantha
machine.
says, have a great weekend, John, Jenna, and chat. Yes, you too.
We hope you guys all have a great weekend.
Dre says, I saw a reseller channel the other day that has 121,000 subscribers called Paper and Moose. Channel's all about 6 years old, and she seems legit. Have to check that out. Well, here's what I want you to do. Even though Beard's going to be mean to me, go over to his channel, Bearded Picker, and give him a little bit of support. I'd appreciate that. And in the meantime, oh boy, Thomas. Good night, guys. Go buy some soda. Thank you. Thank
we
you
don't
for that.
need no more soda,
We're-
but thank you so much.
We appreciate you, Duncan, everyone else for the super chats, and thank you for the support. Thank you for the well wishes, and just thank you for being
Thank
the
you
best
for
part of this
being
channel.
The best part of what we do in a week. Mondays and Fridays for us. We look forward to this. We look forward to talking with you, and we love you guys so very much. And we appreciate everything you contribute to our channel.
Have a great weekend, guys. Talk to you then.
Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain, what can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buys galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them, and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that is within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that is within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Cut so already easy.